Hello, viewers. Like millions of people around the world, I too love Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan podcast is a very entertaining podcast, and you should check it out if you haven't already. Although I believe at this stage, everyone in the world has checked out Joe Rogan's podcast. Recently, Tucker Carlson was the guest on Joe Rogan's podcast. Tucker Carlson is an extremely popular American journalist. Tucker Carlson said something quite interesting on Joe Rogan's podcast. He said Charles Darwin's theory of evolution is still a theory, it has not been proven. That got me thinking. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I need to re examine my beliefs about Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. Maybe human beings and other species do not share a common ancestor. But then I snapped out of it. I reminded myself that I make videos on YouTube, release them at 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time every single day, and each day subscribes to a particular theme. Thursday videos, that is today's video, subscribes to MRCS Part A. So I should think about MRCS Part A and not Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson. So I went to prepare a video on MRCS Part A and I started reading a textbook pertaining to MRCS Part A. I opened up the chapter on anatomy of head and neck, and on the very first page I came across something which possibly debunks the theory that there isn't a common ancestor of human beings and other species. Because of gills, human beings have gills. Does Tucker Carlson know that human beings have gills? Do you know that human beings have gills? Do I have gills now? I can't show them to you. I don't have gills now, but when I was an embryo, at the age of 4 weeks, I had gills. Gills in Greek translates to branchia, and branchial arches is a very important topic for MRCS Part A. We need to know how many branchial arches are there and which structures develop from the branchial arches. Developmental anatomy is frequently asked in MRCS Part A, and you should read it from a good textbook. But since you clicked on this video, I will tell you about some important structures that develop from first branchial arch, second branchial arch, third branchial arch, fourth branchial arch, and sixth branchial arch. There isn't a fifth branchial arch, and the sixth branchial arch also is quite rudimentary. So fish have about 7 to 8 gills depending upon which fish it is, and each fish has a cartilage which gives it structure, has muscles, has an artery which provides oxygen to it, and has a nerve. Similarly, even in human beings, branchial arches have a designated nerve, an artery, bones and muscles that develop from it. So let's discuss it one by one. Let's talk about first branchial arch. The nerve for first branchial arch is the mandibular division of trigeminal nerve. The artery is maxillary artery or the external carotid artery. The bones developing from first arch are malleus, incus and mandible. Muscles are the muscles of mastication and anterior belly of digastric. Moving on, second branchial arch nerve is facial nerve, artery is stapedial artery, bones developing stapes, styloid, lesser cornu of hyoid. Muscles developing from second arch, muscles of facial expression and posterior belly of digastric. So anterior belly of digastric first arch, posterior belly of digastric second arch, lesser cornu of hyoid second arch, greater cornu of hyoid third arch. Nerve for third arch is glossopharyngeal nerve. Artery for third arch is common carotid artery or internal carotid artery, and the muscle developing from third arch is stylopharyngeus muscle. Now we move on to fourth arch. Fourth arch nerve is superior laryngeal nerve. On the right side, the artery for fourth arch is right subclavian artery. On the left side, the artery for fourth arch is aortic arch. Bones developing from fourth arch, thyroid cartilage and epiglottis. Muscles developing from fourth arch, cricothyroid and muscles of soft palate. And finally, sixth arch nerve is recurrent laryngeal nerve. Artery is pulmonary artery. Bone, cricoid cartilage and arytenoids. So no bones, these are cartilages, but of course I am only giving you some examples. You can find a more exhaustive list in your anatomy textbook. And muscles from sixth arch are all intrinsic muscles of larynx except cricothyroid. So cricothyroid is from the fourth arch. The other muscles of the larynx, the intrinsic muscles of the larynx, are from the sixth arch. So I hope you found this video informative. Maybe you liked it. I hope you did. I hope you like my other videos as well. Thank you so much for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. In a very short span of time, I have crossed the 200 subscriber landmark. Thank you so much for that. Take care. Bye bye. Please verify whatever I have said from the textbook. If you find any factual inaccuracies, don't hesitate to mention it in the comment section below. I always love to learn from you. Finally, please don't forget to be awesome.